Hello, all of my beautiful voiceover people. How are you? It's Martier, your resident voiceover tutor. So, today, as promised in the last video, we are going to discuss how to tap into the different types of voices that you have, depending on the age that the audition is asking for. So, normally, when you have different ages that are requested in a voiceover audition, that means you have to tap in, right? They want to hear what you sound like if you were old, or if you were young, or if you were a kid, or if you were an elderly person. And so there's different ways to tap into that. So let me share my screen. And we are going to look at, let's get me down here. Here's the sentence that we're going to use, all right? Right here. This sentence is going to be the example that I use to show you guys how to use your voice in different ways. So we'll start with the old person. Normally for let's say a 30 to 40-year-old, maybe 50-year-old person, right? Not necessarily elderly, but older and not a young adult. Normally when a voiceover audition is asking for you to sound like a middle-aged adult, I kind of just tap into a lower register and I try to read it slower. So in this case, this sentence would be in my older voice. Sorry. The best and most beautiful things of this world can't be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. Right? Let's say I wanted to be elderly and I wanted to come across as if I'm a 80-year-old woman, right? So I want to make sure my voice is it's definitely deeper, but a little bit more creakier, if that makes any sense. So this is my elderly voice. The best and most beautiful things of this world can't be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. All right. You hear the difference? Much slower, much putting more emphasis on words, right? That's the older side. Let's go to the younger side. So let's say they wanted you to read this sentence and then it called for a young 21-year-old or an 18-year-old. So I would always go into my higher register. You want to have a bit of youthfulness to your voice. And most people that are youthful, they also talk fast. So you want to add that in there as well. So here's my read if I was doing a 18, I'll even say a 16 to 21-year-old. The best and most beautiful things of this world can't be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. All right. So just to give you an idea, it kind of sounds like what I sound like now, just a little faster, right? Because, younger people tend to talk fast. So let's say I wanted this to be a kid. Let's say they are asking for a childlike voice, but from an adult. This goes in the highest register, one of the higher registers, just to make sure you're giving off that childlike sound. So if I was reading this for an audition for a child, let's say age 6 to 11, this is how I would read it in my higher register. And of course, still fast. The best and most beautiful things of this world can't be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. And I would even say it with a smile. When you smile, it makes whatever you're reading sound completely different. So if I was doing this for a young kid, ages 5 to 11, this is what I would do with a smile. The best and most wonderful things of this world can't be seen or touched. They must be felt by the heart. Giving a very innocent, youthful feel. All right, guys. So let me stop sharing my screen. So that's just a little example of how you can use your voice to tap into different ages, different age groups. All right. So for our next video, I am going to talk about the importance of your microphone. Microphones are super important, and I feel like as a voiceover artist, there's lots of biases. Lord. There's lots of bias depending on the type of microphone you use. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in our next video. For now, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and stick around because we're going to get into some microphone talk. All right? So hold on. I'll be right back.